every day more of our passion flowers are opening, and so we have more opportunities to crossbreed with the wild variety Passiflora Incarnata. So just when I'm driving around, I collect flowers that I see growing on the side of the road because it grows wild around here. We've been getting some real dark purple ones the last few times, but today I just found a really great albino one, and it's a larger flower than the regular one, as you can see. So it's got a little bit of pollen left on it. The bees hadn't completely carried it all the way, so I'm gonna try to cross with this one too. That's what we want. Some pollen. This one doesn't have any pollen coming out of it. Not too much pollen going on this one either. We have Caerulea on the left, Incarnata on the right. We're gonna see if we can get some pollen. It looks like the bees carted off most of the pollen today, bumblebees. You see them working the flowers even when we were there. But I see some spots of pollen still on there, so I'm going to detach the little pollen bags here and see if we can't pollinate some of these Caeruleas. I'm just removing the male organ right here, these little pollen sacs. Alright, so we've got the Passiflora Caerulea here, and these parts right here are the female parts. So we're going to take the pollen sacs from the Incarnata and rub it on them. Alright, I've hit them all that are blooming right now. I'm going to go through and tie a piece of tie wire around each one of these blooms so I don't lose track of them. Now we just wait. Apparently the Passiflora Caerulea is self-infertile, and since all the vines that we have are all off of one cutting, it shouldn't be producing any fruit on its own. So if any fruit forms and we see we got a string tied around it, it should be a result of the cross. This is probably the 4th day that I've been pollinating these flowers with the wild passion flower pollen. This time I happened to witness these flowers opening. It happens at almost 12 on the dot. It was like 12:12, and I saw some of them were coming open in that video you just saw. But so as soon as they opened, I snipped off the male pollen sacs. As you can see, they're gone, and just to prevent that pollen from getting in the way of we went and gathered some of the native Passiflora Incarnata here, which this is an exceptionally colorful one. They're usually a lot lighter. So we found some of these growing on the roadside and just now went out and grabbed them. So they're brand new, fresh pollen, hasn't been rained on or anything. So here's the two kinds side by side. Should be an interesting cross. One thing I have been doing is trying to find an easier way to get the pollen off of these and onto the mother flowers. So I found that just cutting off all the floral pieces that come off here and removing them gives you a lot more room to work. We got it stripped down to just what we're using. You can see here. There's a lot of pollen built up on the surface of these. And so now I'm just going to go through with the brush and transfer them to these female flowers outside.